Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are reviewing The Old Oak, which is being pitched as Ken Loach's final film. He's a British filmmaker, very renowned for making hard-hitting social commentary films that are very reflective of the struggles of everyday people, and films that aim to capture the humanity and community that emerge through hardship. I was a big fan of Daniel Blake, the last film he made, and I don't think The Old Oak really holds a candle to it by comparison. That's not to say it's a bad film in and of itself. I just think The Old Oak felt quite disjointed in the way that it plays out. I think the whole premise of a kind of group of Syrian refugees being given housing in a place that's already very economically deprived is rife for great drama, and there's some really compelling elements to that do come forward in the film. I don't think to their full potential. There's some very black and white portrayals, I think, of perspectives and attitudes towards it that I don't think necessarily capture the sort of moral grey. And I don't think The Old Oak ever has that massive human pull like Daniel Blake did. I think following TJ, the local landlords of this community, was an absolutely genius idea, seeing the narrative from his perspective. Seeing the way the pub is integrated into the story and the way it becomes a kind of safe haven and a place to mediate differences and issues was really interesting. Again, I think it could have been expanded on, and a lot of the kind of drama that gets plucked from this story feels like it's very plot contrived and therefore very convenient plot functions that at times I think pulls you out of the atmosphere that Ken Loach is normally so very good at capturing, which is that very authentic tone. It feels like it verges a bit too much on kind of film drama than just natural drama. But overall, I do think this is a really good film. He's got such a gift for choosing people to act in his films that aren't normally very established actors, some of whom have never acted before. That does show in moments, but I think it also does capture a very rare side of humanity from doing that. It's a real interesting social experiment that kind of pays off and kind of doesn't. So for me, The Old Oak is a mixed bag. I think the message that it sends is probably better than the film itself. But I think the film does a really admirable job of tucking into these characters and giving them a very fair and raw reflection of how life and struggles would affect them. And I would absolutely recommend going to watch it purely because it's from a filmmaker who almost captures this documentary feel to his films, because it does feel like you're intruding into everyday life and the way people speak and interact, and their struggles and their natural hardships. If you have seen it already, do drop a comment below, let me know what you think. Please also consider liking and subscribing to the channel. That would always be a huge help for me. And in the meantime, we'll see you for the next vid.